Good morning, everybody. I am getting ready to work on another page in my moleskin here, and I figured I'd just turn on the camera and we'll just get going. This page right here is from the Right Brain Planner with Teresa Robinson, and it's a mind map page that she drew up. And so this was the next page that I wanted to put in my journal here. And so I just thought I would show you how I'm going to add a page like this into my journal. So, because obviously it doesn't fit on just one page, so I'm going to fold it and, you know, put something on the side of the paper that you can see. Whoa, that wasn't very good. So I just thought I would kind of show you how I'm going to do this. So these, I spent the past couple days just going through all of my big old huge stash of words, and this isn't like a total mind map. I actually hadn't done one before, and it inspired me to do a real one. So I did do a real mind map, and this one is just more of a, I guess, more of kind of a visual representation of some of what's on here. It's not all the details, but I just, since I love doing this kind of journaling with the found words, I wanted my mind map that goes in here to be this way. And then I think what I'm going to end up doing is start utilizing more of the actual planner pages that come with the Right Brain Planner, and start utilizing those to work on and you know, just work on the steps and the things that I want to do that I actually figured out on my mind map. So what I did first was I just trimmed off the extra paper off of this sheet, because everything's printed off on an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. So I just cut off the top and a little bit off this side. And then, you know, like I said, I just kind of went through and started pulling out different words and phrases that just really spoke to me about, actually, I guess more just getting started. So this, for me, this represents just starting, just the things that I need to do just to start along on the journey that I want to begin. And so that's, I actually had this image pulled a while ago, and it's been sitting here on my desk waiting for me. And I think it's going to work perfect, because I found some phrases like, the little things go a long way, take the first step, a step in the right direction. So all of those things, and even just this picture of her walking along this path, represent, you know, starting, beginning a journey, moving, at least moving towards my goals. So what I think I'm going to do is put that on the folded part of this paper that's not adhered down to my page. And then I just have all of these different words. These down here, whenever I'm working on one project, as I see words, sometimes things just kind of start building on their own. And so down here, so then I try to pile those up, you know, alongside somewhere on my desk, so that I can either maybe use them in what I'm currently working on, or save them to use on a different page. So that's what these are down here. And this just says powerful solutions toward adventurous growth. And that just kind of, you know, as I was going through my stuff, these words just kind of started popping out at me. And so as they did, I just kind of set them to the side, and that's just kind of what came of that. And then over here, it says living. This is what it says, and I'll show you how I'm going to actually change this to say what I want. This right now says living to you true wellness means every ingredient has a purpose days. So what I'm going to actually do with this is cut out true. So living true to you means every day has a purpose. So that's how I just kind of pull parts of these sentences out to create new sentences that say what I'm trying to express. So I think I'm going to just kind of try to slide these over to the side. I don't know if I will actually use them on the page that I'm working on right now. I don't know if I'll have room or not, but if I don't, I'll definitely keep them to use on a different page. And sometimes what I do is, and actually I did that with this, I don't know if I did that with this. I'm going to do it real quick. I take a picture of this because things move. Sometimes they move when you don't want them to, like when I just put my book down and I, you know, the air made the clippings scatter. You know, sometimes when it's, even when you just walk by, you know, just that little bit of breeze can move these, or if I have my window open, things happen. You know, I've got kids and toys get thrown up here. So a lot of times, and I'm going to do it right now, I take a picture of this. And I do this with my big collage journal too. If I'm trying to figure out how to move the different elements around, when I finally get it to a way that I like it, I'll take a picture of that because, you know, you have to take everything off to start gluing everything back on. And a lot of times when I would take those off, then I was never able to remember how I had finally decided that I wanted them to be on there. So I take a picture of things a lot just to help me remember where I want to put things. So maybe as I glue these down, I'll just maybe tell you what they say. But what I'm going to do first, hopefully these are out of the way enough. I don't want to totally mess them up, but I want them to be out of the way. And luckily I've got some space in front of me here on my work area that I can push things up here. Okay, so let's see. So this is my next page, and what I want to do, let me get a clip. And my journal is getting thick because I've got so much stuff in it. Hopefully it will be able to handle all of having most of these pages with collage in them. So what I want to do is, I think I'm going to adhere this side down and then have this folded. So I'm going to go ahead and fold this in half. And then what I plan to do is put the image of my girl right here. And obviously things don't totally get covered, so I'll probably put washi tape on here or some of the beautiful collage papers from Tangie Baxter that I love to use. Actually, they're the only papers that I use in here. I use exclusively on all of these pages. If you see a page that is pattern paper, it's from Tangie Baxter and her art journal Emporium. So that's what all of these are. So I think I'm just gonna, I'll grab my little box of scraps since I can't throw anything away. These are all scraps from Art Journal Emporium pages, and I trying to decide if I want to, once again, put this in the middle, have it in the top, or have it in the bottom. I think if I put it more up here to the top, then I will have space to maybe put one of these quotes down along here. I think I'll do that. And these pages are rounded, so I'm going to go ahead and take this totally to the top, and then I'll just clip that page, the corner off. But first, I think I'll put my girl on first. And I really would like to have more of the path, the road. I think I'll cut off some of the edge of this. Let me get my paper cutter, maybe. Where's my paper cutter? You know, I try to keep I have to keep things pretty tidy around here, or, there it is, it's in the wrong spot. Okay, I'm going to cut off. And this is an ancient Fisker's paper cutter that I've had since the beginning of my scrapbooking times, back in the late 90s. I don't even know if they make them anymore. I doubt that they do, but this is a great size because it fits in my travel bag. So it's perfect for, you know, just doing these little small cuts without having to take out my big paper cutter. And I pretty much want this to fit across the whole front of this page, so okay. And since this is, I just printed, when you get the Right Brain Planner, you get a link for a download. So you have to print off the pages, and since these are printed, this is just printed off on some, you know, printer paper. It's not good, thicker paper. So I'm not going to use a glue stick because it will probably warp things, because the glue sticks can be, some of them can be really pretty wet. These extreme ones aren't super wet, more like the, if you use Elmer's, the Elmer's Extreme aren't super wet, like the ones that are purple and then they dry clear. Sometimes those can be really wet. So just to be safe, I'm going to use my Scotch adhesive ruler. Okay, make sure I get it on the right side, because that's happened before too, and I put things on the wrong side of a page. Gotta get this down where I can see it better. If I have to trim some of this off, that's fine. Get my baby washcloth, smooth it down. I think I got it on there pretty good. Alright, and then I'll probably just put a piece of washi tape down there because that will be the easiest. And let's see. Actually, this paper kind of matches. It was the one that was on the top of my box here. But I don't know if I want it to be totally matchy-matchy, so I have other pages. I've got a whole stack of pages that I can use that are full sheets. If I can use up some of these bits and pieces, I like to do that so that I just don't like to waste any of this stuff. Actually, I kind of like this, nice and bright. So for any time that I've got just a little strip that I need, I try to use these parts of pages that I've got saved. I think I'll use this because I'm feeling kind of bright today. I'm going to cut off the strip here. So this one actually came from the May 2015 pack of pages. And with the Tangie Baxter, with her Art Journal Emporium, she has several different plans that you can sign up for. It's a monthly subscription, and you can choose to just have oops, I need to make sure I don't stick this all the way in the edge. I almost did. You can choose to just have the links emailed to you and then you print them off on your own, or you can choose to, she will send them to you, and I have them sent to me because I don't have a good printer, a good color printer, and these are printed off so beautifully, and the paper it's nice thick paper, and I'm afraid that if I tried to do it on my own, I wouldn't do these justice. So there are several options though that you can do to sign up for her for the Art Journal Emporium, but these are actually printed off for me. I kind of like the hearts, and I don't really mind that they are on their side. So let's see, I think I will keep on putting my pen back, and then I don't have anything to make a cutting line with. It's kind of been one of those past few days. My husband stopped drinking coffee a couple months ago, and so I decided that I should probably start doing the same. And so I quit drinking coffee on Friday, and by Friday afternoon I was on the couch. It took me, I think I was sick for at least 3 days. So, and I still don't feel 100%, but I have severe allergies, and so on top of just dealing with, you know, caffeine withdrawal headache, I had allergy headaches with it, so I really got slammed. But I'm finally on the upswing, but I'm still a little off. And you know, I can't say that I miss drinking it. I didn't drink it like because I felt like I had to have the caffeine. It was more just a habit and a routine. And you know, it's comforting to wake up in the morning and have a nice warm cup of coffee. So and I can't drink regular tea in the morning. It upsets my stomach. So I switched over to having warm lemon water first thing in the morning, and then after my stomach is settled and I know that it's okay, then I drink herbal tea. I drink a lot of herbal tea. So anyways, I am still just a little bit out of sorts. And actually, I started working on this page last week, and then I gave up caffeine, and this is the first any journaling that I've done since then. So I am back. I can't get this one on straight. The light is just enough. Kind of silly. I've got my window open on the side here. It's a beautiful sunny day. I wish that I could have it open, but it's freezing out. Okay, I'm going to cut off going around the corner here. Alright. I'm liking that already. Let's see. Try to find a thicker. I'll put that one there. It's thick. It works. And like I said, I don't really necessarily want everything to be all matching, so I don't mind that. I'm kind of wanting this to be just a little bit brighter, and cut this first. Just full of energy, I guess. And I always use a glue stick with my washi tape, because you know what? Sometimes the washi tape sticks down and sometimes it doesn't, and I am concerned about how long washi tape will stay stuck down. So I guess kind of like masking tape, you know, you see things that are masking tape from ages ago and it's brittle and it falls to pieces. I guess I hope that by putting some glue on here that it will stay adhered a little bit better. So if you're wondering why you always see me glue down my washi tape, that is why. Because I just don't know how well it's going to stay stuck. And actually it's kind of nice when you use glue because you can slide the tape around a little bit better because it's got glue on it, so you can get it in the right spot. Let's see. I don't know if I want to put a super thin one there. I think I need some flowers. You know what? Let's use this. This is perfect. Some arrows. Sure that they're going in the same direction as my girl. But I don't want to cover up her feet, so I'll put it down here. All right. And that was just a piece of deli paper. I put those in between my pages to so I don't get glue on anything else. And I don't know, I know you can't tell, but you can tell that this is wet from glue. So I'm glad that I didn't glue either one of these on because it's definitely wet. It'll dry just fine, but I think if it had been something bigger, it might have wrinkled a little bit. There's definitely been a chance for wrinkling of this paper. Okay. Okay, now since I got, everything down, it's just a matter of getting everything glued down. So I think, yeah, I'll go ahead and do this part first. It doesn't matter. I guess I'll do the inside first. So I'm just gonna probably speed through this part and, trim these up and cut these sentences apart so that if you cut the sentences apart, even if I don't cut out any words, it's easier to move things around, and sometimes it actually saves some space because depending on how wide, how much space is in between these sentences when they're stacked up on top of each other. I just like to cut them out, and that way I can move them around a lot more how I want them to be. And I've got glue on my fingers, so things are probably going to be sticking to me, which can be helpful or not. Hopefully it might help a little bit. And I will probably have things going across the fold here, and I don't know if I'll use, I don't know, I might use the paper, my tape runner for those if I can, just because I'd like to try to not have a big huge wrinkle in it, but I don't know if I'll be able to, so we'll see how that works. Okay, so I'm just going to get my picture out on my phone and start putting these down. try to figure out what to put on the front, and I think whatever's left, I might add something down there. And then I don't know if I like all this being blank or not. I don't know. I actually, you know what? I've got a strip of paper here. See, this is why I keep this stuff, you guys. Even just putting that there helps. Which I could put a piece of washi tape there too. But this was clipped off from this page right here, when I did this page the other day. See? And I just set it up here. I've got a little stack of stuff, but I just really liked this, the back. So, you know, I might just put that there. Let's just do that right now. I try not to be a paper hoarder, I really do, and I go through phases where I'll like just collect, but I really have a hard time just wasting things, and not that this would be wasting this if I threw it in the trash, but I mean, I just liked it. I liked it. I thought it was pretty, and it was calm, and you know, it's got the sky, and there it is. I was looking for my tape runner. So, you know, since it's here, I'm going to use it. I totally went off the edge. Alright. Really did a bad job with that. I'll blame that on being caffeine free for this day 4. Gosh, I don't even know. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. This is Tuesday. I'm off. The kids didn't have school on Monday, so today's Wednesday. See, I'm really off. The kids didn't have school on Monday for the holiday, and they had Friday off for a teacher work day. So my weeks are just really out of sync. Okay, I already like that a whole lot better. And it's kind of nice because this is heavy. It's from a Bella Grace magazine, and those pages are nice thick pages. So that actually kind of gives this some more stability, so it's not really thin. I don't know if I'm going to put, let's see. Let's put some, I think there's not a lot of color on here, and I like color. So all this white paper it's throwing me off. And it shouldn't. It's silly that I let it throw me off, but it does. So I'm just going to add some washi tape on here. And I think that'll really change the way, just that little strip of paper, it's going to change the way this looks inside. Okay. And I'll probably, I might add just a smaller word down here, or just a little something, just since I like adding words so much. Trying to get this finished. I need to leave to pick my son up from preschool, and I got more time than I thought. I need to leave in about 20 minutes, so I don't like rushing on this stuff because, you know, just don't. And you know, it can take me several, I probably, you know, a lot of the time these pages are built over a period of days. Even just like this here, you know, I've had the image of this girl sitting out on my desk for a while, and you know, as I was looking through my words, you know, I found words that I thought would work to use with this image, and it just kind of builds throughout the day, because a lot of times, well, I don't have, you know, large blocks of time to work on things, especially, you know, when the kids are home. And Monday, Wednesday, and Friday my son has daycare, but I drive my my middle daughter back and forth to college in the mornings, so even though he's at school, I'm still spending quite a bit of time driving. So I have finally gotten to where I just, you know, I work on things as I can and bit by bit, and that's why I take pictures of, you know, the phrases that have kind of come together, because I don't know if it's going to get messed up sometime, you know, while I'm waiting until I have time to work on it. So I really like this that I kind of put together down here. So I'm going to try to fit this here. So let's see if I remember how I was going to do it. I was just going to use true. And truth is trust. Trust, not truth, but I'm trying to work on truth too, staying true to myself. But trust is my one word for this year, and so anytime I can incorporate trusting into any of my pages or about being true, I try to do that. So that's why I'm putting this here, this living true to you. And let's see. And I have one of my drawers that I have that I keep all my words in. It's just basic words like you, the, with, to, you know, just ones that you can use that you use a lot just to build sentences with. And that's what the actual name that I have, the label I have on the drawer says sentence builders. And that's why it's that way I always have kind of like a stash of just good old basic words that I have on hand so that I can put sentences together with. So let's see. I left off this part. Alright. So living true to you means every day. I need to cut off the S. Has a purpose. Alright. I think having that up top is too much. I'm going to put that to the side. I might use that on another page. It's getting too cluttered up there. And because I really want to be able to see, you know, I know it's just a street and there's cars on it, but it's, you know, it's still a path, it's a road. It's a visual that I don't want to cover that up right now, so I will use this here that I had there, probably use that someplace else. Okay, so I really like how that turned out, and I'll put this back down just so you can see why I took it away. I mean, I like what it says, and it definitely goes along with this whole, you know, the idea of everything that's on the inside of here, but it's getting too cluttered, and I really like being able to see the road in the background. So I've got a little glass jar here, that little bowl that I've been putting extras in as I cut them off from other things, or if I don't use part of a word. And let's see. Okay, so now I think what I will do, I still want to use these. And I like this. It says get your good going, so I just thought that was kind of kind of fun. I mean, I'm trying to keep things, you know, lighthearted and positive, and these are, it's a good thing that's going on here. So, you know, I'm trying to stay positively motivated, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. And way too many words. Let's see. But you know what? I might put that over here. Actually, let's see. If I put this down here, then that will be part of this. I don't know. This is kind of saying the same thing. This says take the first step, and this says a step in the right direction. So I think I'm going to put one of these away. They both pretty much kind of mean the same thing. But I really like this powerful solutions toward adventurous growth that I have to the side. I wish that adventurous wasn't so huge. But I don't know if I have it anywhere smaller, and I could probably find it if I looked in. I have a couple of like Midwest Living books, and they have a lot of travel ads in it, so you know, adventurous would definitely be a word that would be used to you know, in an ad for traveling. So I could probably find it if I looked, but I just don't feel like searching for a word right now. But there are many times that I have to admit that I have spent way too much time looking for the perfect word. But hey, you know, it's part of the process, I guess. And it's soothing for me. It's comforting. It's stress relief, just to sit and, you know, flip through the magazines and look at the words and think about what they mean. And so that's why I do spend time often looking for the right word. Okay. I don't know. Maybe I could put this across the bottom. I'm starting to overthink things, and when I start to overthink, then it's not a good thing. I need to start taking things away. Oh, you know what? I think what I had intended for this originally was combining these two. So take the first step. And then in the right direction. Instead of, that other one said a step in the right direction, I'm just going to use in the right direction. Okay. I kind of feel like this should go up here. Well, it says making your mark. This says making your mark. So think that might work. Alright, I'm going with it. Like I said, I'm overthinking, and when I start overthinking, then I'm defeating the whole point of this. It's not, I try to keep this low stress, and, you know, comforting and soothing, and just gluing down is comforting to me. Gluing things down and cutting things out, and I want this book to just be something that I really enjoy working in, and if I start overthinking this part, then it's defeating the purpose of a lot of this. But I like, this says powerful solutions toward adventurous growth, which still goes along with this, because just with the word toward, and you know, that implies for me, you know, moving and working towards a goal, and taking that first step, and starting to process and think about the goals that I would like to reach and how I'm going to get there. So that's pretty much what this would be. It's not necessarily a mind map with all my goals in it. It's more, you know, a mind map of motivating myself to start to take that first step, to start making those goals, and then, you know, the next step after that, which would be to start working on them. So I'm going to put this one away. I'm not using that. And I think I'm done. I think that's good. I think I really like that. Let's see, get it in there. So these are, so then here's for Right Brain Planner for February. Here's my 2 pages for Transform, which is the word of the month. And then this is the mind map page. And I am really liking this. Let's see, this is already coming up. I think what I'll do next is actually, if you go to rightbrainplanner.com, and I'll put the link below, but every Saturday, Teresa posts a prompt about for pages for your glue book, and just activities to do and things to think about. And for her post last Saturday, she does it every Saturday's glue book Saturday. But for last week, she talks about, she gives a couple prompts just about thinking about, well, kind of what I'm doing here. Just things, just a minute. I need to go find out what it is, because I can't, I've got too many things running through my brain, and I can't even, like, spit out exactly what it is. I'm going to look this up on my phone, and I'll be right back. Okay. Sorry about that. You know, I've got way too many things going on this week, and I'm just more scatterbrained than normal. So what originated some of this also, which got me just ideas of kind of what to put on here, the prompt for her Glue Book Saturday last week was to list what you want to be and do and learn about, and then to list the top 3 desired realities from the first list, and to date and begin a regularly scheduled time for these desires. So this is just kind of my first step in working towards starting that list of things that I want to be and things that I want to learn about. So, you know, what I'm thinking about is, you know, I need to unlock my potential. And this says awaken personal and professional potential through balance. You know, I really need to find a balance between being a full-time mom and trying to be creative, and it's really hard. It's really hard for me to find that balance. You know, I would much rather be doing this than cleaning the toilet. So I tend to let things around the house slip when I start really start working on my art. So I really need to find a balance in that. You know, reading daily, it's essential just to learn new skills and to learn, you know, for organizing and just everything. This says share the art of you and explore, inspire, and this is definitely just towards, you know, and the battery dies. So this is definitely towards my presence on YouTube and just sharing and trying to grow in that sense. And this says find the resources you need to strengthen your practice and enhance your lifestyle. Oops, and that says in the, I forgot to cut that off. Hopefully I can peel that up and cut that off. I might have to add something there. Yeah, it's not going to come off. Okay, well, I'll add a word there since I forgot to cut that off. And then this just says trust the journey. So, you know, like my one word is trust, and I just need to trust that journey, my journey, and, you know, the process that I'm trying to do to make that journey. So anyways, I think on these next few pages I'll be working on the 2 prompts, and I'll put the link below. It's on rightbrainplanner.com, but I'll put the link below directly to that post. And I hope that you enjoyed this, and I you know, I really want to try to do more real-time videos. As soon as school gets out, it's going to be almost impossible because it won't be quiet here. But you know, I hope you are enjoying me working through these pages, and thanks so much for your support and for all your comments, and I will be sharing more with you again later. Bye-bye.